Welcome back. Daily Show. 1042. Beyond the Shelves. It's the last Friday of March. We have kind of flown on by the year here.
I know. I was just working on sending an email out. I have a deadline for something, and I was like, "Oh, it's not due until next month." I thought, "Yeah, in 3 days." So I need to get on that.
Well,
so
and we're kind of at the point where I got a month until I'm on the beach, so I got a lot to do.
Yeah.
I'm also going to. We're still going to do live shows. I'm going to have a guest host.
Oh,
for when I'm gone. That way, if they really want to get rid of me, they can do some open auditions then. And
I doubt that.
So Jackie's excited about the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, so we've got the adult spring scavenger hunt is starting up, and this is going to be the entire month of April. So the whole point of this spring scavenger hunt is to get people into the library, and you come in. Adults can sign up. We have things kind of hidden around the library that gets people familiar with the buildings and the collections and seeing what we have to offer. Other than just books, which there's nothing wrong with books, but we have more than that. And then it also takes people out into town too, because we have such a connection with our local history library, with the town and such a cool town. So we have things out for people to look at, so they can participate in the spring scavenger hunt. You earn raffle tickets for things that you find, and then we have some great prizes. We have a hiking kit. We have a Kindle, a Fire, HD Fire. And we have a it's like a book press, and so for people to work on their own projects. So it's just kind of a neat
that's
thing.
Really cool.
So, yeah.
What's the hiking kit consist of?
So the hiking kit is, and I looked at this earlier, it is a backpack, a first aid kit, the walking sticks, so the balance sticks, and I believe maybe a whistle, some kind of goes along with the first aid kit.
The walking sticks if I can walk in my neighborhood anymore.
I know. Me too. Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I love the fact that this is the gifts, because those are really cool gifts.
Yeah, they're really good gifts that people can use, and like with the Kindle Fire, you can we have so many online resources that you can download the apps to that from the library and use it for that. So yeah, they're a lot of fun. We also have people have asked why we don't do it in the summer. We know parents and grandparents are so busy with the kids with the summer reading program that we'll obviously have a summer program for adults too, but this is something to kind of get them prepped and ready, and they're more of their attention on it versus in the summer when they're helping the kiddos out.
Really cool. Hey, I know that we're talking about the next newsletter, but what's this, the 1,000 Books Club?
So we have a program that it's 1,000 books before kindergarten, and so the whole goal is when your child is born, if you start reading to them and you participate in this program, by the time they reach kindergarten, they will have read 1,000 books. And so the whole goal is, it helps with social interaction with the parent or caregiver and child. It helps them with literacy. It helps them with visuals. It helps them. There's just a whole lot of reasons that reading to young children is beneficial to them and to you and to your parent-child relationship. So the whole goal is to create a program where you come into the library, there's incentives, there's milestones. As you reach those milestones throughout that 1,000 books a month or 1,000 books before kindergarten program, you earn, your child earns prizes and just helps you keep going with it and gives you incentives for that. So yeah, you can come to the library, to the downtown library or to the kids space at the Alton Square Mall. You can ask for information on it, sign up your child. There's prizes when you first sign up, and then like I said, every so many books that you read, there's prizes, and then when you get to the end of the program, there's also like a completion prize too. And we just had a couple of kids reach that milestone, and it was pretty exciting for them and for us. So yeah, it's a good program.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So going into the new newsletter, Mental Health Awareness Month is observed each May, and you guys are going to have a really nice awareness pin for that.
Yeah. So we have it's the National Alliance on Mental Illness there's more than 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience mental illness each year. And so one of the things that we've done at our library is create a booklet for people for mental health awareness. We have a directory of community mental health resources. So if people need assistance with something related to their mental health in our community, they can stop by the library or they can go on our website and they can ask for a copy of that. And it has all the different resources available in the Riverbend area that can help them with mental health resources. And so just a kind of a way to draw attention to it, you can stop by the library while supplies last and get a National Alliance on Mental Illness awareness pen, just kind of to draw attention to the fact that we have that community resource and that it's that month.
Well, it's really good to just, be a part of that community. I think that's
and
fantastic.
mental health, mental awareness, or awareness of mental health issues, that can come in any form. It's a good resource that our reference librarians have created and that we've had for quite a while, and we keep it updated.
Absolutely. Fill me in on this this event coming up on April the 7th. St. Louis Zoo, past, present, and future. That sounds really fun.
This is going to be a really fun program for families, for adults and children. So the St. Louis Zoo originated with animals that were left over from the World's Fair. And so the zoo was founded in 1910. There were animals that were left in the city from the 1904 World's Fair. There were bear, wolves, and deer. And today there's more than 17,000 animals that are in the zoo. And so It's just a history. It's going to talk about the rare and endangered species that we have at the zoo, going to talk about the zoo's conservation efforts, talk about the history of the zoo, the origins from the 1904 World's Fair, and just kind of how the zoo had a role in making St. Louis a prominent city. So it's going to be a really, really interesting talk. I believe they're also going to talk about the new expansion that they have going over in North County, which is actually going to be really close to us. And so, that'll be a lot. So they're talking about their past, they're talking about what's currently happening at the zoo, and then they're going to talk about what's happening in the future. And that's Tuesday, April 7th from 6 to 7 at the Mall Library upstairs in the performance room.
I happen to be a zoo member.
Well,
I'm not trying to.
You should stop and look by and listen to this presentation. Find out what's going on with your donation there.
There you go. So I think that's a wonderful conversation.
It's going to be really interesting.
And once again, 6 to 7 Thursday, April the 7th. Then you have OSF On Call is going to be over there too.
We have a couple of programs happening on April 7th. So we've tried. This one's happening in the morning though. So OSF is going to be at the library from 9 to 7 at the Mall Library downstairs in the actual library, and they're going to have an information table, and they're just going to talk about health screenings, healthcare plans. You can get help with program enrollment. You can learn how their MyChart works. Okay. You can get assistance with that. You can schedule a health screening. You can do pretty much. They want to just talk about all the services that are available at OSF, and then help you learn to navigate all of those programs and all of those services that they offer. So they're going to be there. It's a totally free program, no registration needed. It's an open house style. They'll have an informational table on April 7th from 9 to noon. And then we'll also have on April 7th our X's and So's crafting program. Mm-hmm. So for people that enjoy crafting or any kind of art endeavor, you can bring your materials to the library and use our multi-purpose room to spread out and talk, you work on your project and talk with other people that enjoy crafting and art. And that's also on April 7th from 6 to 7:30. So
really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, and I just think it's really great that you guys do all these different types of events that are based around the seasons too, because it really gives you a good opportunity to kind of get excited for warmer months and really just kind of getting your kids excited to do more than just sitting at home too.
That's it. So a lot of the programs, when you look at the spring newsletter, which people should have gotten in their homes, I think about a week and a half ago, a lot of them are geared to getting people outside. Yeah. So the zoo, come and hear what's going on at the zoo and then go to the zoo and take the kids and have a good time and know a little more about it. Same thing with the adult scavenger hunts, getting people out into the community. So
fantastic. And now Cookbook Club going strong?
Cookbook Club is going great. And for you Swifties who are listening, in June we have a Taylor Swift themed.
Wow.
Yeah. We have a Taylor. It's called I think it's called Bake It Off. What is it called?
Bake It
Off. Yeah. So instead of Shake It Off, it's Bake It Off, and it's the Taylor Swift inspired bakes, and Bake It Off off an unofficial Taylor Swift inspired cookbook for every era. So we're encouraging, if you've got a Swiftie in your life, or if you're a Swiftie, to come on down. That's going to be on June 9th from 6 to 7:30 at the mall library. And then we have one in April that's coming up, and this is spring into appetizers. So we have the cookbook Brilliant Bites, 75 amazing small bites for any occasion, and Tiny Food Party. So you can stop by the library, read the book, or find a recipe in the book. We'll make a copy of the recipe for you, and then you come back on April 14th from 6 to 7 and share your recipes, your food, and talk cooking with other people too. So, yeah, I heard it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
The club's really, it seems like it's doing really good.
Off. Yeah. It's really taking off. Yeah. And the staff has been great because we have more staff members participating in it too. So they're really getting into it. And I think they're really going to get into this Taylor Swift. I think we've got a couple Swifties on staff that are like, hey, why don't we do this? So it's going to be a fun one too. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what about this terrarium building workshop?
So unfortunately, this one, I know this is the one we had to cancel, and the newsletter goes out before we, early enough that it goes to press.
That's the one I wanted.
I know. So this one, our friends at Greenland's Plant Shop, unfortunately, Greenland's is going out of business. And so I know I was really bummed to hear it because it was a really neat shop. So that one we did have to cancel. So that one's gonna come off the website. I think it's actually off the website, but it is still in the newsletter. But we do have a note when you call to register for it that it's been canceled. So,
well, nevertheless, there's still great programs coming down the pipeline, like this one, Family Roots Pilot Program with Dr. Lakeisha T. David.
Yep. So she is coming. She is an assistant professor of anthropology at the University of Illinois, and her work focuses on family history, identity, and kinship, with a particular attention to how people engage with genetic genealogy. So alongside their historical and social information. So she is the founder of the African Kinship Reunion Repository and the principal investigator of the Family Roots Pilot Program. So she is going to be coming and talking about DNA testing in your genealogy. So this whole presentation is going to be about supporting individuals as they engage with their family history through genetic genealogy. So it's just another way of working on finding your roots, finding your family tree, and researching that. We have all kinds of print material and online materials that we can help people with, and this is just another level of searching your family's roots, your DNA, and what it can mean to bring your genetic information into question. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. This presentation is going to use African Americans as a clear example to illustrate how missing records, motivation for testing, and the interpretation of DNA results often intersect with real life. So, for a lot of African Americans, there is that those missing records. They aren't able to trace their ancestry and their family heritage, and DNA really, really is helpful with that. And so she's going to talk about that and what it means to everybody who's searching their family trees.
I think that's fantastic. That's going to be a great event. Yeah. Well, and also coming up as well, just a couple of days afterwards, Thursday, April the 21st, this will be really cool. The music of Michael Marciano. Yeah,
so he is actually, he's a native of New York, and he grew up in Long Island, and he studied classical guitar, music theory, and composition. And so then he moved to the Caribbean, and he became a director of guitar studies. And then
that'd be a cool job to have.
Yeah. And then he came back. He's currently in the St. Louis area, and he's going to be performing live shows, which he does throughout the St. Louis area. So he's coming to St. Louis to do that. And it's going to feature acoustic and electric guitars along with vocals, live looping. So if you've ever seen somebody do that while they're creating music, it's pretty cool. And drum beats, which he controls and programs while he's playing the guitar and singing. So it's kind of a one-man band, I guess, cool, if you will. Yeah, so that's April 21st from 6 to 7 at the mall.
Fantastic. That's going to be really fun.
That will be fun.
We take you out of April with an iCache. And some really cool. So the iCache one, let's talk, because that's actually really important. If no one knows how that works, there's a lot of people that have unclaimed property.
There's a lot,
and it could be $4 or it could be more. You just never know.
Yeah, you don't. I think there's something I can't. The number I'm going to get wrong. It's like 3 billion, 6 billion, a billion with the B. sitting in the Treasury in Illinois, all these unclaimed funds. And so they want to get them out to people. They want to disperse who it belongs to. So they go around the Illinois State Treasurer's office goes around the state, and they hold these events where people can come in. You give them your information. They look to see if you have any. And these are things that could be like unclaimed insurance payouts, or your Illinois annual tax return refund, things like that are just sitting in the Treasury, and people don't know that they have this money sitting there. So the Illinois State Treasurer's office is going to be here on April 23rd from 11 to 3 at the Mall Library, and that is you just come in, no registration needed, just stop by. And then State Senator Erica Harris's office is also sponsoring one at the library on May 11th. So if you can't come on the 23rd, you can come on May 11th, and that's from 12 to 4. So there's some afternoon hours. Hopefully we can catch people if they, are coming from work or on their lunch hour or something like that too. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, on last week of April the 25th, your writer's circle on limericks.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
This will be kind of fun. This is going to be April 25th, like you said, from 10 to 12 at the mall, in the mall library downstairs. The writer's circle is for anybody, whether you're a beginner or you want to try your hand at it, or you've been writing for years. You can come. We give you a prompt, and this month's theme is limericks. So April's theme is limericks, and so people can talk about that. They write them. They get feedback from the other writers in the group. So it's a fun time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
AARP's Everyday Tech for Everyday Life will be taking place with that AI We've talked about that one.
We have talked about this. So this is an important one. And people see AARP and think, if I'm not a senior, I can't come to it. This is open to anybody. It's just the AARP that's sponsoring it. But you can come to the library on April 29th at noon. We tried to make it on a lunch hour. So if you're at work and you can bring your lunch, sit down, and we'll have some light refreshments too. But you can sit down. It's a workshop. We will have, it's AARP that's hosting it remotely, and we'll have all the video. We'll take care of all the IT things. You don't have to worry about it. You just come, you just sit down, you watch this presentation. We'll be there on staff too to help you with it. And this one's talking about AI disinformation. So as we all know, I saw a video yesterday that honestly, it looked so real. I was so confused, and I thought, what is happening here? I thought, oh, Mary, it's AI. It takes you a second. You just forget that exists because it's so new. And so you really have to be aware of that. And so this is going to help people learn about what is AI, how it can be used for not so great purposes, and how you can kind of know the difference between reality and what's AI.
And really AI, a lot of people just think AI is, the videos or whatever. No, it's people that they are not going to have scam callers anymore.
Oh, no,
I think that's going to be a job of the past. They're going to have to get real jobs because it'll all be AI voices.
It will be complete. And what's scary is it could be my voice. It could be your voice. Yep. We're on the air. Yep. So all they have to do is take a snippet from this show that we're doing right now. Yep. And they can recreate our voices, and then you can get a call. You can get a call from somebody at your bank who sounds like someone at your bank, and it's like, oh, hey, this is Mary Cordes calling from your such and such bank. We've got an issue with your account. Can you walk me through it? And you think you're talking to somebody at your bank. It's really scary. So we're going to be talking about that kind of stuff and how you can spot it. So,
what else is there to talk about for now?
Well, we've got Dr. Ian Hunt is coming, and for people that love history, this is going to be a really interesting program. He actually is the chief of acquisitions and special projects at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library Museum. Wow. So he's going to be coming, and he's going to be giving a presentation on General Grant and General Lee from Appomattox, from the time of the Lee's surrender at Appomattox Courthouse through Reconstruction, or to Reconstruction. And so he's going to be talking about how the impact of the ending of the Civil War and the beginning of Reconstruction and the effect that it had on U.S. history. Even now, we're still feeling the repercussions of that. And so he's going to be talking about how Ulysses Grant ended the war and how he spared his Robert E. Lee from facing a trial for treason. So because he very much could have been brought up on treason charges.
The surrender was very unique because they weren't even allowed to celebrate. The Union soldiers really weren't allowed to gloat or anything.
The whole thing. And he's going to talk about all of that and talk about how it was Grant really that affected whether or not Lee was charged with treason. Yeah. So it'll be a really interesting presentation for anybody that likes history. That's going to be at the Genealogy and Local History Library on April 8th at 6 p.m. And we do ask people to register for that because it's a smaller venue in our genealogy library. So people can call 1-800-613-3163 or just call the library and we can give you that phone number again and register for that one. So that's going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Fantastic. Mary, always great talking with you.
Yeah, you too, CJ. Thank you.
We are out of time. I will see you back here tomorrow. I keep forgetting today's Monday.
I know. Well, it's felt like a Monday for me today. It's been one of those Monday mornings. Yep.
You're off Good Friday, or Friday, aren't you?
So we're closed on Friday, but it's for Staff Development Day. I'm glad you brought that up because we have to do an annual, we have to get annual continuing education credits. And so we try to do that in one fell swoop. We close one day a year. This year, it's always in April. It's always a Friday in April. And this year, it's on the 3rd. And we're going to be doing CPR and AED training. We have some new software at the library that we're getting the staff together to learn how to use that. And we're doing some other state mandated training. So it's easier for us to just close, get it all done in one fell swoop, and then reopen with staff that can help you if you have a medical emergency. We have AED and CPR training and that kind of stuff. So
very important.
It is important. It is important.
I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, hey, we got one more day of warmth until the rain, so go out there and get your grass cut and all that stuff. Yep. Talk to you tomorrow. Try your best to stay out of jail.